Oh, you want to know what color underwear I'm wearing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hoopa, California. Hoopa? I barely knew her. After 4 months in the road, we are going to see Mount Shasta, the root chakra of the earth. We've been to Lake Titicaca together, the sacral chakra. Well, today, it's gonna get sexual. The beatniks used to have a term called sex pot. Hey man, does this jazz record have sex pot? Sex potential. We're going to be looking for sex potential all along Mount Shasta today. But first, one of the biggest legendary spots in American folklore, 30 minutes to the north. Let's roll. Gentlemen, we have made it to the core of American folklore. I welcome you to Bluff Creek, the site of the Patterson-Gimel film, the best evidence for Sasquatch. Here we have Bluff Creek pouring into the Trinity River, Shasta Trinity Wilderness, which we will be having to drive through. But for now, I'm going face to face with the biggest predator in American history. This is an incredibly unmarked trail. I haven't seen another car for at least 10 miles. SOS on the phone, zero service. Street bushwhack. I don't know how these guys hike this thing. How the hell does Bigfoot commute to work? I'll start using logic again once I'm out of the woods. But right now I'm a believer. You telling me this guy hiked out here with a 200-pound ape costume? I can't even do it in my military boots. We tried a little tree knocking, supposed to be the Sasquatch's preferred way of communication. We gotta get one of these guys in the major leagues. Batting next for the San Francisco Giants, Bigfoot! Gentlemen, friendly UAV deployed. We are heading over where I was able to hike to. Looks like a nice stretch of land here. Maybe this is where the footage was actually filmed. Let's get up over these trees. And what's around this bend? I thought it'd be a little bit flatter. I'd be able to hike up the whole thing. Because if you've ever seen the footage, it looks like it happened right there on that little flat. Beautiful canyon, cloudy day. There's a massive fire warning for where we're about to drive through. But let's find this damn Sasquatch. Come out, you monkey! I want a fresh coat. Shit, you got a nice place out here, Bigfoot. God damn! Yeah! Could be a canyon anywhere. Colorado, California. Got a couple more methods up my sleeve. Give me a minute here. I don't actually want to summon one of these things, but if we're here, we gotta try. Another known method of Bigfoot communication, whooping. Whoop! 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 Shout out the Hoopa, shout out the Calmath. It's time for a Stoke sesh. Being at 10 a.m., I don't exactly favor this decision, but this spot is powerful. The Calmath people believed Sasquatch was the guardian of the land. You come here, you treat this land wrong, Sasquatch will take care of you. We have got here our tobacco sacrament. We'll leave it, throw it off the edge at the end, and now we should be safe from big feet. Why is it such a mystery? People have been searching this thing since 70s, 60s, 80s. Patterson-Gimel footage, taken right there. Now let's be a little bit more critical. This is called Bluff Creek. Bigfoot sells. I'm not gonna deny it. Not supposed to inhale. Sorry, natives. Bigfoot sells. The amount of 8-foot tall cutouts you see of this guy, posters, phone cases, Bigfoot sells. Maybe it would be a good bluff to carry a monkey suit up there and record a hoax. Now people have looked at the footage before. Especially in our age of deep fakes, AI videos, can't trust nothing nowadays. There's this decent show on History Channel, it's called The Proof Is Out There. They take wild TikToks and try to debunk them. Hey, civilization. This show, The Proof Is Out There, they did a special on the Patterson-Gimlin footage. Apparently it's unaltered. Now it could still be a guy in a prosthetic mask. They bought an expert from Hollywood film production. They ain't got no mask like that. That thing could be right freaking there. It could be watching us from the hills. I do feel a little bit perceived right now. The physical evidence is minute, okay? Let's be honest. You're thinking by now, if there's a gigantic 800-pound monkey running around the woods, where's the body? There's hunters everywhere, right? Where's the body? There's a guy by the name of, I think, Jeff Meldrum. He collects Bigfoot casts. He's got like 20-inch long footprints. So I'm saying physical evidence is probably the best you're gonna get. A couple foot casts. Video, can't trust it in 2026. So look into that Meldrum guy if you actually like the physical evidence. But maybe there's something more etheric at play here. Being in the Shasta Trinity Wilderness, the root chakra of the earth, people believe this place is a portal. Now before we go too woo, let me backtrack a little bit, alright? Animal migrations, they don't seem to make sense. This guy is towing a tow truck on his tow truck. Where the hell is he migrating to? Eels. Nobody has ever seen an eel reproduce. Beyond that, nobody can tell the sex of an eel. There was a man in the early 1900s, he studied eels, dissected them 10 hours a day until he started to go mad. That man was Sigmund Freud. You can look all this shit up. Sigmund Freud went mad trying to figure out the migration patterns. Also, lemurs. People don't really know where they're from, but maybe we'll talk about Lemuria when we're at the mountain. Okay? Nobody knows where these eels reproduce. They all swim to the Bermuda Triangle once a year. Maybe they have a big eel orgy down there then. I don't know. Where the hell are these Bigfoots making whoopee? Whoop! 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 Should I go try to pose really sexually over there, see if a Bigfoot ravishes me? Now, energy vortexes. Y'all ever seen Doctor Strange? Maybe Bigfoot, as the native said, is a guardian of the woods. He can take many forms. He can phase in and out of the physical. To this day, eels still will not reproduce in captivity. Could Bigfoot take that much care over the burial rites of their tribe? This place is a goddamn mystery, and we're sitting right on top of it. I can feel it. Couple bonus puffs over here. I'm finding out how good fruit pairs with cigars. Tobacco naturally sweet. After you smoke a bat, you could like taste the air. Tastes sweet for some reason. Eat a fruit on top of that, next level. I have to save this one though, because Bigfoot hunters, they offer apples. Apparently Sasquatches like a good Macintosh. This is the best I have. We're gonna leave them some food on our way out, because I'm happy I didn't have to use this. Now wait a minute. This is something I've wanted to show you for the past 4 months. is my best friend out here. This has kept me safe on many nights. This is the Sasquatch Slayer. Some cold Chinese steel. People ask me, nobody's asked me, how do you feel safe sleeping out there with all the predators at night? I say you gotta be a big predator yourself. I have cold, hard Chinese steel. I'm up K-bar. Ja! Men have killed grizzlies with these. Now, a 8-foot-tall, 900-pound Sasquatch, a Gigantopithecus, might have me in hand-to-hand combat. But if you're gonna be out here on the land, be an American, protect yourself. Shucking them on. I'm also thinking they could have shot the Bluff Creek footage down there. One more theory. The longer I stay here, the heavier it feels. Possibly the Trinity Forest. You've all heard this before. The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, the Trinity, the conscious, the subconscious, the Father, the Son. I'm going Freudian. Conscious, subconscious, Father, Son. That is the known and the subconscious. The things you know, but you don't want to think about. But then the Trinity has the third, the Holy Spirit. The unknown. That is the Spirit, the Watcher of the Woods. I think I just cracked the case. The longer I stay here, the more it feels like I'm being watched. Stop watching me. The Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the beatnik Bigfoot. Had a nice conversation with one of those flagga ladies. She said this is the last stop, but the fire comes up to the road over here. There's white stuff falling out of the sky. I thought it was snow. Embers. It's the only snow they get in California. I think we're coming up on it. The lady said that lightning started this fire. There are certain species of trees that only drop their seeds when they sense smoke in the air. So it is essential. Fires must burn so we could be reborn. Yo! It's happening. You can feel that heat, baby. It's pumping. Good morning, smegma males. Pythagoras called. New theorem in the works. Welcome for another day in Mount Shasta. The Klamath believed that this mountain was created by the sky gods. They dripped mud and sand down onto the earth until it created a 14,000-foot peak. The sky gods walk on down, start creating bears and mountain lions and all kinds of predators. Sky gods get scared themselves. They go underneath Mount Shasta to hide from all the predators on the surface. 5 minutes from now, we will be under the earth, exploring inner Mount Shasta. Pluto's Cave Raw Run. One take as always. Let's do this. Gentlemen, in 1904, J.C. Brown was searching for gold in them thar hills. Yes, Mount Shasta is trans. Them thar. Panning for gold, the J.C. Brown pansexual found an 11-mile-long cave. He went down the entire stretch by himself and found what he said were 10-foot-tall mummies underneath Mount Shasta. 3 years later, under video surveillance, yeah, me too, 3 years later, he brings his buddy back to the site of the cave, and the day of the expedition, J.C. Brown is missing. I see you, gang. A very Humboldt County scene up here. You got your suspicious grow operations, Mount Shasta, and now for Pluto's cave. FYI, it's about a mile hike between the trailhead and here. Was not expecting that. Went back, grabbed some water. We might be in there for a while. From the information I was able to gather through the World Wide Web, this goes a mile back. So it is the same exit as entrance. This place has some history. I'm gonna overwhelm you with some information. There's a squirrel up there. Remember I was talking about eels, Sigmund Freud? Nobody knows where they come from. 2 caves. Let's do that one first. The same goes as eels for lemurs over on Madagascar. I like to move it, move it. All right, this isn't a full cave. Nobody really knows where lemurs come from. It's kind of funny. They're kind of a squirrel, but they're also a monkey. Whoa, dude. Let's go for the big cave. Lemurs having an unknown origin, people began to call the unknown race of people here Lemurians. Like lemurs, you know? They're apparently 10 foot tall, wear wavy clothes, have long hair, so they basically look like any Californian. These stories are wild. Maybe I just got some smoke in my lung from those natural fires still, man. Holy crap. Hey, Lois. Is this really the entrance to Telos? Telos is supposed to be the Lemurians' capital city underneath Mount Shasta. This is epic. Maybe the entrance was passed on that side. Beautiful! Yo. This is so lit. Earlier, we began a discussion on the term sex pop. 1940s beatnik phrase to describe a jazz record that had sexual potential. Now this spot, forget jazz, has a lot of sex pot. Doves. Y'all are nasty. Well, if I don't post again after this, that means I made it to the city of Telos. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. Every single time, this is frightening. It could be the best cave in the world. This is another scale, though. We haven't seen a cave this big since maybe Kentucky. You can fit an airplane in here. Maybe a cigar-shaped craft piloted by the Lemurians. Bro, this looks like it's gonna go deep. I bet you this is where JFK and Hulk Hogan are hiding. You know, it is also said the Beatniks created the 1 out of 10 rating scale, hot or not. It was also a way to criticize jazz records. It's a big cave-in over here. The Beatniks were very resourceful people. Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, my man, William Burroughs. Yeah! You guys understand how big this is? 2-lane, 4-lane highway. Deeper. There's a survey from 1917 in here. Crazy rock structures. Let's go, Berber! No. Pluto's Cave, highly recommend. Goes on like this 4 more times. Another tunnel into a breach. Got myself an orange. This one's for me. No Bigfoot. Whoop! One of the craziest stories in the Mount Shasta disappearances is this 5-year-old goes missing, thinks he finds his grandma out there in the woodses. Turns out she makes him poop and pee, collects vials of his liquids, and then sends him home. Turns out it was a robot grandma. Doesn't it look like a sphincter? There's all kinds of time holes happening around this place. You gotta watch your back. Be on your toes when you go in a cave. 1932, biggest wildfire in Mount Shasta history. The fire was encroaching the mountain, and then a wall of smoke extinguishes the fire. People claim they saw 10-foot beings that day flying around. Are we in the entrance to their abode? The Watchers of the Woods? Whoop! Whoop! Ooh, wait! I just had a good scare. There was a rattler on the way back. He was hissing from the side. You gotta watch yourself in these rocks. Stay nimble! They got goddamn reptilians guarding their cave. Eels! When my sister lived in San Diego, she got bit by a rattlesnake and tore her ACL. She's all good now, but I'm taking that as a warning. We're going to one more stop 5 minutes down the road, and then moving up the mountain to sleep in the wilderness. It's a powerful mountain. I wasn't gonna say anything back there because I don't want you guys to think I'm weird. You don't think I'm weird, right? I dropped my phone yesterday and these little magnetic rocks hook onto my phone case. I'm thinking maybe these rocks get into your hair, get into your food, your water, and they magnetize you to the goddamn earth. Maybe I'm too grounded here, bro. Pilots and their anomalies. People with their Geiger counters in the caves. I'm going haywire. It's magnetizing me. I'm gonna drive straight into it. We're gonna drive over the top like a ramp and fly all the way to LA. Quick stop, quick stop. What the hell is this? Were you not paying attention in art school? I mean, look at the thigh gap on this chick. She tall. What is she, a Lemurian? I'm spooked. What do we have over here? Iwo Jima. I did that Air Force program in college. 1 year I had to host the Pow Mia Run. Prisoner of war, missing in action. Big respect. If you're ever scared to go in a cave, think about these guys. They got put into a cage. No one dies on my watch. Station, 8 clicks. My girl over here with the thickums. From here, we're gonna stop in town, get some water, other much needed provisions. Head 20 miles to the south side of the mountain, where we'll make camp and get even closer up in Shasta's business. Homie trying to cop a feel. Hit the gross out and back into the woods. Gentlemen, looks like we found camp for the night. Shasta Trinity Forest, 7-day camping limit. I could work with that. Something behind the curtains you don't see. Libraries are closed weekends and Mondays. I don't know why. I will be nearing the 7-day limit in the Shasta Trinity. Tomorrow morning, we hit altitude. morning, gentlemen. Before we send it up the base of Mount Shasta into the demonic slough, we are going to visit a waterfall. Peekaboo. Moss Spray Falls on private property. Let's head up the mountain. Halfway up the mountain pass, we just passed the McBride Springs campground. That is home to the most repeated story on Mount Shasta. This couple, young couple, they take their 2 weeks vacation. Not like a normal American. They come to Mount Shasta, head up to the McBride Springs campground, go off trail for a hike. They come across 40 feet up, suspended in a tree, a deer head. Continue hiking, ignore the smell, and then come across 20 deer heads in a pile. They go back to the campground, tell the ranger. He says, never mention this again. And you know what? Check out early. Squatch, we're coming for you. We on the mountain, headed up the old ski bowl trails. Not making an attempt at the summit today, although possible. We're making a full recovery, for those of you who don't know. I was assaulted at knife point in the Alto Barrier, Peru. Lima, Peru. We're making full recovery out here. Gonna get a better view of this butte, up and around. Just ran into some Irish Mick up here. Said you're a long way from home. He's meeting his brother up here tomorrow to summit. He goes, we're gonna crack the whole thing out in one day. We got one more butte going up here. Guys, I could have just met Saint Germain. That's one of the big lore of Mount Shasta. Guy Ballard apparently met a saint up here. But that Guy Ballard fella also said he talked to George Washington, Napoleon Bonaparte. I don't know if it's the most reliable source. Maybe we met him. Only up. I'm coming across these beautiful grassy areas in the tundra. For whatever reason, there's construction equipment that looks like it phased into our reality. It's like a mountain version of the back rooms. Mount Shasta last erupted 1250. They say it erupts every 800 years. Carry the one. 2050. This thing could be blowing off lava down here. She's ready to go. So am I. Gentlemen, we're about to crest the ridge we set out for. I think mountaineering's back on the menu. Oh my God! Holy crap, Lois. It's been a good one. Mount Shasta, the root chakra of the ocean. I'm asking you to sub up, to like up, and I'll see you next week. Woo!